Welcome to GetiParts. This is a guide on reinstalling the front assembly on the Apple iPhone 6 Plus. The front assembly consists of the frame, the glass digitizer, and the LCD screen. You need to replace the entire front assembly if any of these components is broken. It is important to turn off the phone before you start. Hold the power button and confirm shutdown on screen. Use a SIM removal tool to remove the SIM card. Put it aside. Remove two bottom screws with a pentalobe screwdriver. Set the screws aside. Take a plastic pick tool and insert it between the glass digitizer and the metal body. Go around the perimeter, gently separating the front assembly off the metal frame. Lift the front assembly up and hold it at no more than 90 degrees to the surface. In the top right corner, you can see a small metal shield, which is held in place with 5 Phillips screws. Remove the screws, keeping in mind their position. Remove the metal shield. The next step is to open the 4 connectors. Take a flat screwdriver and gently pop open the connectors. Remove the front assembly. Before we can discard the old screen, we have to transfer the large metal shield, home button, front camera, and earpiece onto the new replacement part. Start with the home button. There are 2 screws which hold the small metal shield and home button in place. Remove the screws and set the shield aside. Pick open the small connector next to the home button. Next, remove the big metal shield. There is 1 screw on the bottom, 1 on top, and 6 screws on the sides. Remove the screws, taking notice of their position. The shield is also glued down in one spot near the home button. Use a flat screwdriver to detach it. Set the shield aside. The home button is mounted on an adhesive membrane. Push the button and separate it from the frame with your fingers. Put the home button aside. Proceed on removing the upper shield, which is covering the earpiece ribbon cable with the front camera and the proximity sensor. Remove the 3 Phillips screws. Set the shield aside. Remove the earpiece. Gently pull the earpiece ribbon cable with the front camera and the proximity sensor from the frame. Take your time and don't apply too much force. Now we are ready to transfer these parts onto the new front assembly. Take the replacement part and put the earpiece ribbon cable in place, lining it up with the little guiding peg at the top. The earpiece is going over the top of the camera and the proximity sensor. Each of the components has its slot, so it's pretty easy to align them properly. Once all the components are in place, take the upper metal shield and put it over the top, replacing the 3 Phillips screws. Next step is to replace the home button. Set it in place over the hole. Replace the big metal shield. Put the shield over the LCD and its ribbon cable. Plug in the home button connector. Replace the screws, holding the metal shield in place. 1 screw in the bottom, 1 on top, and 6 screws on the sides. Replace the small metal shield over the home button. Secure it with 2 screws. Now we can reconnect the front assembly to the phone. Hold the front assembly at 90 degrees to the surface and snap in all 4 connectors. Caution! It is very important not to force any connectors. All connectors are very fragile. Place the small metal shield over the connectors and secure it with 5 screws. Close the phone and slide the front assembly into the groove. Replace the two bottom pentalobe screws. Replace the SIM card. Turn the phone on, and if the Apple logo appears, the installation process is successful.